Okay, I think maybe let's get started. We can always, if anyone else joins a little bit later, that's okay. But I also know that I'm right at the end of my day, so I could go all night, but I know that for some of you, you are maybe starting your days. So I don't want to take too much of your time. Cool, okay. So welcome everyone to our first monthly call. This is something that ISTO is very excited to have put together, and that Chloe and I are super excited to be part of facilitating. I think to start, it would be really great just to hear from everyone on the call, your name, as in your name, not your organization. I was on a call the other day and people only gave their organization's names, not their personal names. It felt a bit strange. So your name, but then also your organization and where you are based, where your program is based. And then we thought we'd do a fun little fill in the blank and just say, when I am surfing a wave, I feel whatever it is you feel. To avoid any either awkward silences or everyone talking at once, I'll just go by the squares that I can see in front of me, but please excuse me if I pronounce your name wrong. Just correct me. The first person I can see is Tosca.
Yes,
sorry.
You said it well. Well, and I'm not an English speaker, so I think it's difficult for me as well, but I will try. But yes, so my name is Tosca, and I'm from Surf and Durf, the Netherlands. So yeah, we work with youth, and we do therapeutic surfing. At 2 places here in the Netherlands, and yeah, so that's me. And yeah, to fill in the blank, when I'm surfing, yeah, I feel calm, and I don't feel calm a lot. I'm most of the time very jumpy and enthusiastic. So it's really nice also to feel calm sometimes.
Amazing, thank you so much. If at any point there's any thing that where someone is talking too fast, or if there's anything you feel like you've missed, please just say. Feel free to raise a hand or message in the chat. Or yeah, thank you. So excited to meet you. Cool. The next person I have is Damian.
Hi there, I'm Damian. I'm in the UK, in Wales, which is a country that makes up the UK, if you don't happen to know that. My organisation is called Gower Activity Centres. So Gower is a coastal region of Wales. We work with young people, families, schools, and commercial tourism clients. So a big range of users. When I'm surfing, I feel 16 again.
Aha! Oh, 16 again. That could be a really happy feeling or an awful time of your life, depending.
No, it's a very good time.
That's a very good time. Okay, I'm so glad to hear that. Cool. Thank you so much, Damian.
No problem.
Stoked to have you. Marcelo. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if I said that right. Oh, okay, no worries. We'll see you just now. Cool. Oh, there we are. I can hear you. We got you.
Are you hearing us?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay,
Yes.
because we don't hear you.
Oh no.
Nothing at all.
Nothing, yeah.
We have to leave and come back in, okay?
It's okay?
Just a moment. Thank
All right,
you. Sorry.
thank you.
No worries. Okay, Gabriel.
Hey guys, what's up? So I'm Gabriel. And that's it.
Hey guys, I'm Romulo, or Romulo or Romy or whatever you guys want to call me. We are from Luan Surf. We are based in Ponta do Ouro, Mozambique. So we work here with 30 adolescents, like every year. And we work, of course, with surf therapy, with swimming lessons, yoga, meditation, some English lessons. So it's a little mix of sports, mental health, and education stuffs. And nice to meet you all, guys. It's a pleasure. Ish. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing.
Hi.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
you
we
guys
got
hear
you.
me or not?
Yeah, all good. I'll send a message.
Just appear here that the internet wasn't stable, but okay. So when we feel, what do we feel when we are surfing? I think we feel presence, like we feel chill, and we feel like being part of the ocean, being part of something, you know, nature. I think that's it. Nice to meet you guys.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. So happy to see you. Cool. The next person I have is Liz, and it is so wonderful to see your face.
Okay, I'm Liz. I am the former co-director of Waves for Change and Muizenberg Beach Club, which are both based in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm now in Cleveland, Ohio, working for Case Western Reserve University doing research and program design around mental health promotion and just collaborating with a number of organizations doing surf therapy. I also live on this really big lake. So we're trying to do more programming around stand-up paddleboarding and other nature-based activities, really applying the same strategies that many of you use with ocean surfing and then trying to, you know, evaluate how that works with youth, children and youth in Cleveland. So happy to reconnect with many of you. Ashley and I work together at Waves for Change, and Chloe and I have worked together in California as well. So it's nice to be here.
So stoked. And when you're surfing a wave, how do you feel?
Free.
I love that one. Thank you. Cool. Okay. I'm just gonna say it wrong again. Marcelo? Can you guys hear us okay? Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, now our sound is working fine. And sorry about that.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, we lost a little bit of the beginning, so I don't have sure about what I have to speak, you know, to introduce myself, but we are gonna try. Is it okay?
Perfect. We'll let you know if you miss anything.
All right. So I'm Marcelo Guimaranes. I'm from Surfarte. We are from Portugal, but I'm from Brazil. Here with me is
Inês. We are in Portugal, in Cascais. We do our lessons in Carcavelos Beach. What do? We work with children
in risk of exclusion. So we are working with 5 different schools from Cascais, difficult schools. So we work with doing a psychoeducative, and we are trying to enhance their knowledge of social skills and emotional behaviors too. We work a little bit with the families, like a parental orientation. It could be this. Yeah, okay. And now with the COVID situation, we are working with small numbers. We are able now to work with a group of total 4. And we are trying to follow the parents with the Zoom. And what else we do?
Is that so? We use the surf as a tool for them to develop some abilities or some tools for their life. So surf is a tool for us to develop some skills, social skills, personal skills. And that's how we work.
Yeah.
Amazing. And the only thing you haven't shared yet is, how do you feel when you ride a wave?
When I ride a wave, I feel fantastic. Yeah, I feel free. I feel connected with the nature. I feel whole, I guess. Yeah, it's something unique. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's no way to compare it with anything else.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. So happy to have you on the call, and I'm so glad the sound issues.
Thank you, and nice to meet you all.
Yeah. Cool. Meg. Hi.
Hi, everybody. My name is Meg. I just got my second dose of the vaccine yesterday, so I'm excited, but I'm really low energy this morning, so I'll probably spend most of the call off camera, but I'm thankful for that. And I'm in San Francisco, California. I work with City Surf Project. I run operations manager here. And City Surf Project, we work with public schools here in San Francisco. So we currently work with 4 during COVID, 4 public schools and community-based organizations to get usually high school age, sometimes middle school aged, and now we're working with transitional aged youth. So our alumni, 18 to 25-year-olds, to get them out into the ocean. Oh, and how I feel when I'm surfing. I feel everything when I'm surfing. It's the only way I can think to put it, is all of the things.
All of the things, all of the feels. Cool. Thank you so much, Meg. It's wonderful to meet you. And yeah, no worries about low energy. Just happy to have you here in whatever state. Cool. Hi, Fran. I think this is a newcomer. Hi. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes. Hi. Hi. Welcome.
Sorry,
No
I'm
worries.
late. I apologize.
No worries. In the chat, you'll see we're just going through the introductions. So if you could let us know your name, your the program that you're part of and location, and then fill in the blank. When I'm surfing, I feel.
Okay. Will I go ahead now, or is there someone waiting to go?
No, all you.
Okay, so my name is Fran Duffy, and I represent Liquid Therapy here in Ireland. We're in Donegal in Ireland. And well, do I need to tell you about Liquid Therapy, or what was the next question? Sorry.
Oh, you can. Yeah, give us like a small introduction. That would be great.
Yeah. So what we've been doing in Liquid Therapy, we're about 10 years in running, and we take out people in the water with, you know, any additional need, whatever that might be. It could be an adult or a child, or the big thing that we want to say is inclusion. That's what we like to give. Can you hear my dog? Sorry. That dog. She's excited.
This is our life now.
So yeah, we try to take out everyone, whatever their need is, we'll accommodate it. So we'll get equipment or more people or whatever that is, we'll do it. As obviously COVID you know, made it very difficult for us, but yeah, in general, that's what we do. And then how do I feel when I'm surfing? Was that the next one? I love surfing. It just makes me so happy. I've never had a bad surf, and mark my words, I've never had a great surf. Like I mean, my experience is always really positive, but I really, really enjoy it, and it does so much more for me than just catching waves and popping up. I love it. It's so good. It's so good.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you here. I'm a huge fan of liquid therapy, so I'm struggling to not fangirl a little bit. Very cool.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Cool. I mean, I always think, sorry, as a side note, I was thinking as everyone was sharing how they feel when they surf, and even those of us who work in a space where we have to be quite articulate about surf therapy and what it is, and how it's still so hard to describe. It's so crazy.
It is.
Yeah. Cool. I am going to ask my fellow team lead, Chloe. Oh, I've just introduced you. But Chloe, to please introduce herself. And then I'll go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Chloe. So I'm helping lead this with Ash, or facilitate it. But I also do research with the Jimmy Miller Memorial Foundation, which is in Manhattan Beach, California, kind of all over Southern California as well. And when I surf, I had written down, I feel like a kid, like a little kid. I just get really excited. I'm someone who tends to like overthink things and worry about things that I don't need to be, like Tosca said. So it just gets me out of my head, gets me lost in the moment, and it's just fun. I love it.
Amazing. Thank you. Cool. Okay. I am Ash. I work for Waves for Change. I've been working here for about 5 or 6 years, I think. Based in Cape Town, predominantly working at the moment with partners all around the world, though, which is quite exciting. And fill in the blank. When I'm surfing a wave, I feel playful, I think. I feel playful, and then the other thing I couldn't think of a word for, but I feel okay to be average. I don't quite know how to describe that, but I'm totally fine being a very average surfer. And I think in the rest of my life, I don't necessarily achieve but aim for perfection a lot. But in surfing, it's just pure joy. It doesn't matter how good or bad I am, and I find that very freeing. But I couldn't quite find one word to sum that up. Cool. Okay, so happy to see you all, so happy to meet you all. Today's call is obviously just going to be focusing more on kind of setting our space, getting to know each other a little bit. So with that in mind, we thought we'd share some of the results from the survey that everyone filled in, which was really cool. So Chloe's going to run us through that just briefly. And then, time allowing, we've got a couple of questions that we thought could be cool to hear from the different programs about how things are going at the moment. We'll either do one or both, depending how much time we get. And then we would, before we end, we'll share a little bit about the journey going forward. So Chloe and I's role in all the calls going forward, we're going to talk a lot less, don't worry. Today's just us setting the space a little bit. And just to hear from you guys if you have any particular burning questions or ideas for going forward. But first, over to Chloe.
All right. So we took the results from the survey, like Ash said. So we had 18 programs serving vulnerable youth fill out the survey. And so here's the results. And feel free to stop me along the way if you have any questions about anything. But we just wanted to put it into a visual form so we could kind of see how our group is made up. So first, of course, we have to see where we're all at. We are spread out across the globe. And so right now we're representing Mozambique, New Zealand, Portugal, Spain, Australia, Ecuador, Argentina, Germany, the Netherlands, the United States, and I know Fran is in Ireland. I'm not sure if that one's on here. Is there anyone else who wants to shout out where they're at if they don't see themselves? No? Okay. I mean, I think it's awesome just to see how spread out we are, and I'm just grateful that we even have Zoom and we're all able to get online and get to know each other. So pretty awesome. So next, just looking at the population served. So most of us serve vulnerable youth only. About 41% serve vulnerable youth and those with mental and physical disadvantages. And then we had one program that answered serving vulnerable youth and mothers, and one more serving vulnerable youth, veterans, and active duty military. So the next survey question was, how long has your organization been delivering surf therapy? So you can see it's kind of spread out here, but on average, it looks like between 4 and 5 years-ish. We've got a couple programs that are under a year old, and then we have some also in the 11+ year category. So we're all over the place, and hopefully, you know, we can all learn from each other and share some of our wisdom, especially 11+ year programs. So the number of staff members, again, this was all spread out. Interestingly, nobody has 5 staff members, but we're all over the board. So pretty self-explanatory, that one. And then the days we plan to deliver surf therapy in 2021, again, all over the map. I'm sure this has to do with kind of the structure of each program. Some are just kind of 1 day at a time. Some are, you know, 6 weeks long. So that's many days of surf therapy. But I'd also be curious to know how much of this has to do with COVID. Are we having far fewer sessions this coming year because of COVID, or, you know, just something interesting to look at. But we have everything from 200+ sessions, which is, you know, more than half the days of the year, down to like between 1 and 10. Next, we have participants per session. So anywhere from 1 to about 70 here. Looks like most are falling between 5 and 15. So we can kind of share more about that. But again, that has to do with the structure of each program, which is different for everyone. How regularly will you conduct a surf therapy session? We have a lot in the once a week category, but also as many as 20 per month for, it looks like, just one program. How many months a year does your program run? So again, around 8 to 10 was the biggest answer, but looks like most of us are somewhat year round. And then how many participants do you plan to serve in 2021? Again, all over the map, some serving a few hundred, some only serving a few, depends on the structure of the program, and obviously COVID again affecting how many people we're able to reach. For this one, I mixed it up and wanted to do a word cloud, but so the question was, what activities does your organization conduct other than surfing? So the bigger words are the ones that showed up more for people. So things like talking circles, meditation, CBT, water activities, beach games were some of the more common answers. But then if you see some of the smaller words in there, like language lessons, I know some of you shared that you're maybe teaching English or teaching another language as part of your program. Mindfulness exercises, I saw one that said boot camp. So really all over the map. And I think part of the beauty of having this group and keeping it going is sharing some of the unique things that we're doing. So, you know, some of these, like, I'm not sure what cultural activities means, but I'm curious about that. So hopefully we can talk about what we all do. And then finally, the last question was, what topics interest you most? So for this question, you were able to select as many answers as you wanted. Nearly everyone selected training staff and volunteers and surf therapy best practices. So those are things we'll definitely focus on and talk more about in future sessions, but also just the therapeutic aspects of your programs, connecting with other organizations, which obviously we're doing right now, sponsorships and donations, but really, it looks like there was strong interest in pretty much every category. So that's exciting. So we'll get more into all of these, and we'd love to hear if anyone has any questions about this or anything came up from looking at the data, if you want to talk about that.
I just have a quick question. Will we be able to have access to those numbers and to that later?
Yeah, for sure. We have we'll have a shared folder where we'll put recordings of these conversations for anyone who's missed it, notes from each meeting, and then things like this. Like I'll put the presentation in there. We'll also ask, if there's anything that comes up in these sessions that, resources from your program that you want to share. That's kind of what that shared folder is for. But yes, I'll put this presentation in there.
Beautiful, thank you.
Damian, I see you have a hand.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you.
like a teacher response.
I don't think we submitted into the study, so apologies for that. We probably came a little bit late into it, but I'm happy to send over our information if we haven't yet.
Okay, sure. I can send you the survey again, just so you're included.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We just took what we had. All right, so I think we're safe to move on if no one has other questions.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm already slightly changing our plan, sorry. But I think just with an eye on time, I'm actually going to, so the two questions we wanted to hear from you guys were just to hear about how the pandemic has been affecting your surfers and how you kind of responded to that, which I think it would be really beneficial for everyone to be able to hear from each other and to get ideas from each other. I think we'll maybe come back to that question. I'd first like to follow on from the survey a little bit. And this is partly just our curiosity, but partly also because it'll really help us set up the next calls going forward. And we really want these calls to be useful and exciting and relevant to the partners. And one of the things we were wondering was the most common response in the survey about, what are you most looking forward to in these calls? What would you like to get out of these calls? Was to learn more about best practice, surf therapy best practice. I know I have my understanding of what best practice might be, but we thought we'd like to hear from you guys. So if you selected that answer, yeah, what does surf therapy best practice mean to you? And what are the different things that you'd like to discuss about that or learn more about or share? Because I think we can come to this group with questions, but it might also be that we have things that we do at our programs or in our safe spaces that we think could really benefit the rest of the group. So both burning questions and burning ideas, I suppose. But yeah, let's take a second to sit if you'd like to. We'll be okay with silence.
I'm happy to ask a question.
Please.
Yeah, so my centers are multi-activity centers. So we run land and water-based activities, climbing, coasteering, stand-up paddleboarding, bushcraft, all these sort of things. And we've been operating for about 50 years. But just recently we've started, so we've been moved into social services within our local authority. So we work with families in need, young people with sort of additional needs. So we're trying to evolve what we do into being more therapeutic. So I suppose my question is, how does my surf session, which I've always run, become a surf therapy session, and what's the distinctive element that changes it? Does that make sense? Sorry, that was very wordy for those of you that English isn't your first language. I'm sorry.
It did make sense. It's not a small question.
Yeah. No, I know.
No,
if I'd have done the survey, I would have ticked the same things, is what I'm saying. Best practice in training and things like that.
Yeah. No, it's good. I love it. I mean, I think we could probably have a whole call just on what makes surf therapy surf therapy. I see lots of people nodding. Is there anyone who'd like to either, I suppose kind of follow on from that question, Tosca?
Yes, I can't find the hand in the program, so I'll do it this way. But I really also think I also filled in more to know about the therapeutic factors, because we offer surf therapy and we work with therapists. So it's like psychomotor therapists, it's called in the Netherlands. We work really on therapeutic base with children, also with special needs, and we really trying also to now get in touch with mental health care institutions to combine it and to combine our programs together. I also pretty curious how other programs do that, and I think that's also really interesting to share. And also we think, because it's in the Netherlands, it's really a new kind of form of therapy. So we also realized research is really important. And we also noticed that to be taken seriously, research will help. So we also do a lot in that field. And I was also pretty interested. That's what I filled in to share that kind of things with others.
Amazing. Liz, I saw you unmuted briefly. Is there something?
Yeah, I can share a little bit about my experience, and then also with the surf therapy scoping review that Chloe and I worked on, which is not inclusive of a lot of what's happening out there, because it's based on who's actually published research on surf therapy, which is a pretty new topic. But there seems to be like two sort of different sides of it. People who are focused on like the mental health promotion or the mental and physical health promotion side, in which it doesn't have to be like formal licensed therapists running the program. It's more community based and community driven, where the outcomes are therapeutic. So improving anxiety or mental health or physical health and different aspects of wellness. And then there's more programs that are more formalized within specific therapies. So like occupational therapists, psychotherapists, psychologists are the ones leading the programs, and they're using their clinical skills to promote therapeutic outcomes for the kids who are involved. And both programs, I mean, based on like the research that we've seen and even my experience and observations, are having a very similar impact. So I love that. I don't think it needs to become a narrow thing. I love that right now surf therapy is very diverse and flexible to meet the needs of the context. And it can be run by more formal therapists, and it can also be run and driven by communities as well. So that's my take on it.
Thank you so much, Liz. I mean, I think I'm starting to think that maybe thank you, Chris. Oh, Chris just sneakily coming in with all the goods in the background there. I definitely think that maybe one of the first discussions we have might be even a step before what is surf therapy best practice. What are some of the common elements of surf therapy programs in different contexts? different methods, whatever it might be, but what are some of the common things across all the different programs? Cool, thank you so much. Anyone else who'd like to jump in with burning questions or ideas or?
I just wanted to add to what Elizabeth said. I think that, you know, like she said, there's different approaches to it that are all kind of looking for the same benefits. But I think part of the beauty of surfing and surf therapy is that for a lot of people that are maybe receiving other forms of therapy that feel very, you know, very therapy, surfing is totally different and you're still kind of getting the same benefits. So it's a fine line of keeping it fun and free and, you know, versus like a therapy session. So I think you do have to be careful to, if it is like a therapist or an occupational therapist running the program, still keeping it fun and not so like official, like I'm going to therapy, because that's part of the beauty of it. It's just this amazing fun thing that happens to, you know, improve your mental health and all that.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of us would probably agree that one of the core elements of our programs is the opportunity for fun and play and relaxation, respite away from stress, things like that. Anyone else?
I'm a wee bit shy, but I'll explain something that we did in response to COVID. We did look. The basic thing is that we had our normal liquid therapy session planned, but we took 20 minutes out of the start of it, and we did our mindfulness. And what we were doing there was sometimes it was just speaking about the link between surfing and mindfulness and how it can help us. And the people, I had a group of 4, and we just talked about that every week and tried like that, kept it nice and light and airy, but just also helping the people to understand why surfing was good. And they, you know, I would have taken the information from them, sort of drawing it out of them, and then why we're here and why, you know, why we do what we do. So I think that was really, really good for them. Just looking back, it was something that we were trying and it worked out really well. So it's just 20 minutes at the start and then do your normal surf.
I love that. I love the opportunity for people to identify how surfing makes them feel, or being at the program makes them feel, or mindfulness makes them feel. Because I think that's one of the first steps to then thinking, okay, well, what are some of the ways that I can feel this way, even when I'm not at the program? Because as we saw from the survey, even those of us who are running 500 or 200 plus sessions a year, we're not with our participants every day. So how can we help them realize what is it about the surf therapy program? Although we all even struggle to capture that a little bit, but to try and be a little bit self-aware, what is it about this space that makes me feel good? And how can I maybe feel that also? I saw a hand, I think it was, oh gosh, I blanked. Yes, there we go. Sorry.
No worries, it was us.
We can share a bit about what we do in surf therapy. And we think that just getting out of the regular context from where you live and go to the beach, go to the sea, be in contact with nature, it's
already therapeutic for them. Yeah. And we try a lot, like Chloe said, we take it out a lot of the fun to enhance their challenge we could do with them, the social behavior, their emotional. So we do some moments of the reflection so the group can talk to each other about the challenge, about how they are feeling to accomplish something and how could they try to accomplish that, and always with the fun. I don't have the right word to say. I think it's ludic when you work with kids and and try to teach something, but with the play, you know, you can play with them to teach something. Yeah, so it's the basis of our practice. It's explore a lot of those moments, the fun moments, and try to develop their emotional and the social behavior. And sometimes we do the parental orientation too.
Not so focus on the surf skills or not going in there so hard. We try to make it fun, experimental. We like them to learn with their experience by doing something, and then we transfer their experience to their daily lives. So if you challenge yourself here, you can, what can you learn? What do you feel? How can you put that into your life? That's what we try to do, at least.
And at the ocean, it's awesome because you can work with like a multidisciplinary too. I'm a psychologist. I used to work in a autism institute, and a lot of teenager, it's high anxious, you know, it's difficult to stay with them in a therapeutic setting. When I could put them in the ocean, whoa, it's amazing, you know. You could do the occupational therapist, you can do everything with them. They had a lot of fun, the anxious, you know, degrees, it's awesome. It's incredible.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing.
Do you mind
Just-
if I chime in really quick, Ash?
Yeah, please, always. I'm
think,
never going to say no to that.
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm not even supposed to be on this call, but you know, the recurring theme at our symposium this year over and over and over again was that anybody can go surf. We all can go surf. We have experienced our own therapy by being out in nature, Mother Ocean. But and what Jamie Marshall is finding through his groundbreaking research as the first ever PhD in surf therapy is that all of you are creating a space, and that trumps, I hate to even use that word, sorry, we're from the US, we try not to use Trump anymore, but that oversees everything. And if you listened in on our symposium, from Jesse at Life Rolls On to Surfwell in the Netherlands, to all of the groups, they say over and over again, yes, we bring people down to surf. We know surfing gets people excited, but it's that space you're creating, just like all of you have just touched on. You are creating a platform and a space for people to, I'm going to quote Ash, to feel normal. And by the way, there is no normal, but that sense of feeling normal. So anyway, I love that everybody has touched on that in different ways, but that is what has been said over and over again from the Global Journal and from our symposium, is that everybody is creating a space where they can just be themselves. And so thank you all for doing that. And without having to feel like you need to define that, because it is a lot of work to bring people down and to organize it and to get the wetsuits and to get the surfboards and to get the people and to get the volunteers. It is a lot of work. But what happens for our participants or athletes is they just feel this sense of community and family and friendship and love that you all created. So that's it. But thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Chris. I think one of the things that I've also found quite interesting is more and more in research around kind of development through sport programs, what I'm taking from it, I might be slightly biased, but is that it's people like yourselves on this call that are essential to creating that safe space. So you can have all the resources or none of the resources, you can have the most evidence-based curriculum or no curriculum, whatever it might be, but what's really going to make the difference and kind of make or break the impact of your program and your safe spaces, the people who are delivering the program. So one of the things I'm super excited to learn about from everyone is how they're creating those safe spaces. Yeah. Okay. With an eye on time, maybe I could put this to the group and say that maybe for our next call, and obviously we'll put this in an email, but just so you know, we're aiming for 1 call a month. I already want to chat to you guys next week, but I'll try not to be too needy. We're aiming for 1 call a month on the second Wednesday of every month. And maybe the next topic would be, yeah, what is it that we think makes our programs surf therapy programs? What are the things that we have in common? You know, despite that big range that we saw in the survey of the number of participants or how many sessions or where we are, what are the things that we have in common that make us all surf therapy programs? We could also bring in a guest speaker. We've got lots of people who are super excited to meet you guys. I think you guys are the experts, of course. If you're delivering surf therapy programs, then you have something to say and to share about that question. But we could also bring in a guest person. But I would really love to hear from all of you. Yeah, what do we think it is that makes our programs therapeutic programs? How does that sound? I'll word it better. I'll come up with a more articulate question. Yeah, can do a thumbs up or a thumbs down or just see everyone leave the group. That would be awkward. Cool. Okay. And that's maybe also a good point to just mention. So as Chloe and I mentioned, we are, Chris has very kindly called us team leads. But I suppose really our role is just to create a space where different programs can share with each other, ask questions, share ideas. So our role is very much just to provide a space where you guys can ask the questions or have the discussions that you want to have. One of the things we did think we might try and do going forward, I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog going wild in the background. One of the things we thought we might try and do going forward is either perhaps, so we'll obviously have the Drive folder. You will also have our email addresses already. We could also set up something like a WhatsApp group or some way that we could share everyone's social media profiles, different programs, not your personal ones, the program social media profiles and each other's contacts as well, so that you can stay in touch outside of just this monthly call. Yeah. I'll wait to hear for anyone to say no. Okay, I'm seeing a few thumbs ups. 1 minute. Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how quickly this time has gone. Is an hour normally this fast? I feel like a normal working hour takes forever, but this went like that. Cool. In the last few minutes, is there anything that anyone would like to ask about the working groups? Anything that anyone would like to share about thoughts that have come up during the call? Yeah. No.
One thing, just so we don't forget, we will be alternating the time of day that we're having these. So we're going to continue to do them the second Wednesday of every month, so you can kind of plan around that. But we're going to alternate the time so that we make it more convenient for different time zones. So we're all over the map. So we'll let you know when that time is.
Awesome. Thank you, Chloe. And yeah, if there's anyone who I mean, I know we are all on quite different times and things, but if there's anyone who has another team member that you'd like to be with you on this call or something like that, yeah, please just let us know. I know it can be tricky to be the only one in your organization. Sometimes you are the only one in your organization. You're just a sole operator, which is great, and we back that. But if there's anyone else from your team that you'd like to be joining these calls as well, please just let us know. Cool. Okay. Anything else?
It's really cool we are doing this gathering.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
amazing to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you with all.
Yeah, I'm so excited to meet everybody, and it's really inspiring to hear your different perspectives and different things you're doing. Very exciting.
Definitely. Okay, so the next step from our side is we'll send the follow-up email in the next day or two with a link to the Drive folder with the survey and this recording. And next steps or the next call. I'm so excited. I genuinely wish this was happening every week, but I know that would be too much. So yeah, until then, please, until we chat again, please take care, be safe and well, and please do get in touch anytime. We're so excited to have met you all and for you all to meet each other as well. If there's anyone on this call that you'd like us to connect you with directly or anything like that, please say.
Can we take a group picture for us to post on the social media?
Of course, I don't know how to do. Do you mean like a screen grab or?
Yeah. Yeah, screenshot.
Can you? I don't know how.
Just smile.
I can do it. Chris.
Yes, Chris, suddenly.
She heard picture and she was like, I'm there. Awesome. Oh, guys, this is so exciting. Heart is very, very full. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for organizing this.
Yeah, you rock. Meg, feel better. Go get your vaccine, everybody. Good on you. Elizabeth, who is about to give birth, we love you, and having access to you, Elizabeth, is amazing.
Thank you.
Some of our team members and big time researchers, I think that's what's come out of the group meetings, is that people are like, wait, now I have access to these people that I did not know before. And I am meeting these people that I am now on an email thread with, or I am in a Zoom meeting with on a regular basis. So thanks so much, and congrats, Elizabeth, and everybody. Chloe, Ash, you rock, you rule. Team lead.
I'll send you baby pictures. Hopefully she's coming. She's due in 2 weeks. So
wow. Amazing. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.